In a world that constantly seeks validation and recognition, what if the true path to wisdom and strength lay not in proving ourselves to others, but in a deeper, quieter mastery of the self? Imagine a life where challenges are met not with words, but with resilience, where ambitions are nurtured silently and achievements quietly shape our character, not our reputation. This is the path of Stoicism, a philosophy that urges us to seek the calm within, to cultivate strength and serenity, regardless of the chaos outside. Have you ever wondered how to stand unshaken amidst life's storms? How to protect your dreams and stay focused when the world tries to sway you? The Stoics believed that the key to an indomitable mind lies in certain principles that guard our inner peace and guide our outer actions. Today, we'll uncover 10 powerful Stoic keys, lessons that help us outsmart not just others, but most importantly, our own impulses and weaknesses. Each principle you'll discover here has the power to transform the way you approach life, enabling you to master challenges, relationships, and even your own emotions. Join me as we delve into these teachings, especially the final key, a Stoic insight that could be the most powerful lesson you carry through life. Stay until the end. You may just uncover the wisdom to not only survive life's trials, but thrive in them with unwavering serenity. 1. Don't talk about others. Be strict with yourself and tolerant with others. This is a cornerstone of Stoicism, a reminder that our energy is best directed inward rather than wasted on judgments or conversations about others. Imagine the time and peace we would gain if we refrained from gossip, choosing instead to focus on our own journey. Words, as the Stoics knew well, are powerful, but not all words need to be spoken. How often do we find ourselves distracted by others' lives, drawn into discussions about their choices, their triumphs, or their missteps? While it may seem harmless, this focus on others is often a thief of our own inner peace, pulling us away from the only life we truly have control over, our own. The Stoics encourage us to ask ourselves, does this concern me? If the answer is no, then it serves no purpose in our pursuit of wisdom and self-mastery. Furthermore, speaking about others opens us up to judgments, misunderstandings, and even resentment. When we choose not to engage in such talk, we not only protect our peace, but foster a positive environment around us. We create space for respect, for kindness, and for empathy. A Stoic life is about aligning actions with virtues, and there is little virtue in idle chatter about others' lives. Instead, the focus should always return to self-discipline and self-reflection. We cannot control others, nor should we attempt to. True Stoic wisdom lies in nurturing our own character, in improving ourselves rather than wasting energy trying to influence the lives of those around us. In every conversation, we have a choice. Will our words build, or will they break? Will they encourage understanding, or will they lead to discord? If we avoid discussing others, we create an environment where understanding and respect become the foundation, and by fostering this positive influence, we naturally align with Stoic ideals. Instead of gossiping about others, why not examine how we can grow, learn, and become wiser in our own actions? The Stoic way teaches us that the more we focus on our own growth, the less we find ourselves entangled in the affairs of others. And so, the first key to outsmarting life's distractions is simply to speak less of others and more of virtue. So ask yourself, how often do you find peace disturbed by the needless distraction of gossip? And what would change if you embraced the silence that Stoicism encourages? Reflect on these questions as we move forward. 2. Don't talk about challenges. Life is filled with obstacles, some small, some profound, that test our resilience and courage. Yet, the Stoics teach us that true strength lies not in expressing our difficulties to the world, but in overcoming them with quiet determination. Consider this. How often do we feel a need to voice our struggles, perhaps hoping that by sharing them, the burden will somehow lighten? But what if instead, we held those struggles close and allowed them to forge our character in silence? Stoicism encourages us to refrain from speaking of challenges, not to deny their existence, but to empower us to face them independently. Every obstacle, every hardship, is an opportunity to build inner strength, to sharpen the mind and fortify the soul. By speaking less of our troubles, we give ourselves the chance to rise above them with dignity and focus. Imagine a calm lake, undisturbed by external forces. In Stoic thought, our minds should aspire to be like this lake, steady, clear, and untroubled, even when life throws stones into it. Each ripple is temporary, and silence, our conscious choice to face difficulties without dwelling on them, helps those ripples settle faster. We may ask ourselves, how does expressing this struggle serve my growth? If the answer is unclear, it may be best to keep the challenge to ourselves. There is, of course, wisdom in seeking guidance or sharing burdens with those who genuinely support us, yet even this must be done with care. Too much reliance on external sympathy weakens the strength we build within. A Stoic mind is a fortress, one that withstands the tempests of life without demanding external validation or sympathy. Let us turn our struggles into stepping stones, into moments of resilience rather than conversations. By doing so, we teach ourselves patience and perseverance. We come to realize that silence in the face of adversity is not surrender, but an expression of courage and self-mastery. True strength is found not in complaint, but in quiet endurance. As you reflect on this key, consider this. How much stronger would you be if, instead of speaking about your challenges, you used them to cultivate resilience within? Let this contemplation prepare us for the next Stoic lesson, one that holds the power to protect our inner peace in unexpected ways. 3. Don't reveal your secrets. Secrets are like hidden treasures within us, our vulnerabilities, aspirations, and moments of truth. Yet, how often do we reveal them too easily, placing our trust in others without considering the potential consequences? The Stoics wisely advise us to guard our secrets, not as a means of creating distance, but as a measure of self-protection and self-respect. Every secret we hold is part of our inner world, a place that only we have the right to nurture and protect. Consider how trust can be fragile, even among those closest to us. By revealing too much, we may unintentionally create opportunities for betrayal or disappointment. Stoicism teaches that part of inner peace is the ability to rely on oneself, to preserve one's privacy, and to choose wisely whom to trust. When we guard our secrets, we maintain control over our emotions and our experiences, building an inner foundation that does not rely on the validation or discretion of others. Reflect on this. What do you gain by sharing every detail of your inner world with others? Often, we hope that sharing secrets will bring closeness or understanding. Yet the Stoic way encourages a different approach, finding strength in quiet self-containment. Just as a fortress has walls to protect it, so should we keep certain aspects of ourselves protected from unnecessary exposure. However, Stoicism does not advocate isolation. We may choose to share certain truths when the moment and the person are right, but this decision should be made carefully. Self-control and self-respect are at the heart of Stoic wisdom. Choosing not to reveal secrets is an exercise in both. We honor ourselves by discerning who deserves access to our inner world, knowing that not every relationship or connection warrants this level of openness. As you ponder this key, ask yourself, how much peace could I cultivate by embracing the quiet strength of self-containment? What might change if I protected my innermost thoughts with the respect and discretion they deserve? This quiet introspection leads us naturally to the next lesson, where we explore the power of humility and its role in a Stoic life. 4. Don't speak of your weaknesses. We are all human, and with that, humanity comes both strengths and weaknesses. The Stoics understood that our weaknesses, our insecurities, fears, and vulnerabilities are best handled with discretion. Imagine sharing a weakness openly, only to have it used against you. The wisdom of Stoicism tells us to shield our vulnerabilities, not out of shame, but out of respect for our inner stability and peace. Weaknesses are like open wounds. When exposed, they become vulnerable to external forces that may unintentionally or intentionally harm us further. By keeping our weaknesses private, we retain control over our emotional well-being, shielding ourselves from unnecessary pain or exploitation. This practice is not a denial of our flaws, but a recognition of the need to work on them internally, without broadcasting them to others. Think of it this way. A Stoic mind is like a warrior who knows his or her armor intimately. This armor is not shared with the world, but rather tested, strengthened, and refined within. Every weakness we confront in silence becomes a quiet victory, a moment of self-mastery. The more we keep our vulnerabilities to ourselves, the stronger and more resilient we become. The next time you face a moment of weakness, ask yourself, how does sharing this serve my growth? Will speaking of this help me overcome it? Or will it simply expose me to unnecessary judgment or pity? True Stoic wisdom lies in knowing which battles to fight alone, strengthening ourselves so that our inner peace remains unshaken. And as we leave this key behind, we move toward another lesson in silent strength, one that teaches us how to guard our aspirations and nurture our goals with wisdom and discretion. 5. Don't talk about future plans. The future is an open landscape, full of potential and mystery. Yet how often do we reveal our ambitions too soon, allowing others' opinions and expectations to influence us? Stoicism reminds us that true strength lies in the quiet determination to pursue our goals without seeking validation or approval. Speaking of future plans can dilute our focus and expose us to unnecessary distractions. When we share our intentions prematurely, we risk the subtle influence of external judgments, which can alter our motivation. The Stoic path advises us to keep our goals to ourselves, preserving the energy that would otherwise be scattered by opinions, praise, or criticism. Silence about our plans creates a sense of inner autonomy and clarity. When we act without broadcasting our intentions, we become more effective, concentrating solely on the steps needed to bring our visions to life. Think of each goal as a small flame. When exposed to the winds of public opinion, that flame can be extinguished or burn unevenly. But if we keep it protected, it has the chance to grow, illuminating our path without interference. Sharing plans too early often provides a false sense of accomplishment, a phenomenon known as social reality. We may feel as though we've achieved something simply by announcing it, thus diminishing our drive to take real action. Reflect on this question. How much more focused and determined would you be if you kept your future plans close to your chest? By embracing the Stoic principle of discretion, we create a powerful space for our goals to mature independently. And as we ponder this lesson, we turn to the next key, a reminder of the strength that comes from patience and humility in the face of achievement. 6. Don't talk about achievements. Achievements are milestones, symbols of effort and growth. But the Stoics teach that true fulfillment comes not from external acknowledgement, but from inner satisfaction. In a world where accomplishments are often shared widely and celebrated publicly, Stoicism offers a refreshing perspective. Hold your achievements close and let them shape you quietly. When we keep our successes private, we remove the need for external validation and cultivate a sense of humility. Imagine a gardener who, through years of patience and hard work, transforms a barren land into a lush garden. This gardener does not announce each sprouting plant or blooming flower, but takes pleasure in the quiet beauty of creation itself. Stoicism encourages us to be like this gardener, focused on the process, deriving joy from the quiet, persistent work, and finding meaning in the act of achieving, rather than in the recognition that may follow. Publicizing our achievements can sometimes create an attachment to praise, making us dependent on the opinions of others. Yet Stoic wisdom teaches that real success is internal. It is the progress we make in our character and virtue. By focusing on the quiet reward of self-growth, we prevent the external world from dictating our self-worth. Ask yourself, can I find satisfaction in my accomplishments without seeking validation? Can I let my actions, rather than my words, reflect my growth? This is the Stoic way, one that encourages us to build a foundation of resilience and inner peace. And as we explore this principle, we naturally turn to the next key, a reflection on the importance of secrecy in our intentions and strategies. 7. Don't share your next steps. Consider a chess player moving each piece with careful strategy, silently contemplating each decision. Sharing their next moves with an opponent would be a disadvantage, a vulnerability that risks defeat. Stoicism encourages a similar approach to life. Keeping our next steps to ourselves allows us to act with focus and autonomy, shielding our intentions from unnecessary scrutiny or judgment. When we reveal our next steps, we expose ourselves to opinions and distractions that can cloud our judgment. The Stoic way values humility and discretion. By maintaining privacy about our plans, we preserve our energy and prevent external influences from disrupting our path. Silence in our strategies allows us to develop with full intention, unhindered by the need for approval or feedback. This key is also a reminder of the independence that Stoicism encourages. Each decision, each move we make, is a reflection of our inner strength and autonomy. By keeping our steps private, we affirm that we are capable of guiding ourselves without external validation. In this way, we cultivate an unwavering confidence in our journey, grounded in self-trust. As you consider this key, ask yourself, how much more focus and clarity could I bring to my goals if I chose to keep my steps private? Embracing this Stoic wisdom, we prepare for the next key, a principle that emphasizes the value of kindness done in silence. 8. Don't talk about good deeds. Acts of kindness are like quiet stars, illuminating the world gently without demanding attention. In Stoicism, doing good is an essential virtue, but the motive behind it is key. The Stoics believed that true acts of kindness are done without the desire for praise, like a candle that lights up a room silently and selflessly. Why is it that we often feel the need to announce our good deeds? Perhaps at times, we seek validation, hoping others will see our actions and recognize our goodness. But the Stoic philosophy reminds us that virtue is its own reward. When we act out of genuine compassion without expecting acknowledgement, we experience a deeper satisfaction, a quiet joy that is free from the need for recognition. Consider this. When we do good purely for the sake of doing good, we align our actions with our highest values. The Stoic way encourages kindness without fanfare, finding fulfillment in the act itself. This not only builds character, but also protects us from the fleeting nature of external praise, which can sometimes lead to pride or disappointment. Ask yourself, how much peace could I gain if I performed my acts of kindness in silence? Can I let my actions speak for themselves, illuminating others' lives without needing to shine a light on myself? With this reflection, we transition to the next key, a principle that guards our innermost dreams and ambitions with discretion. 9. Don't talk about your deepest dreams. Our dreams are precious. They are seeds of possibility that require patience, nurture, and protection. Stoicism teaches us that revealing these dreams too early can lead to scrutiny, doubt, and external pressures that may weaken our resolve. By keeping our deepest dreams private, we create a sanctuary for them to grow, away from the influence of others' judgments or expectations. When we share our aspirations prematurely, we risk letting others' doubts and opinions take root in our minds. A dream, like a seed, needs time to strengthen before it can withstand the elements. In the quiet space of our own thoughts, we can nurture it patiently, allowing it to develop without interference. This inner space is a place of power, a retreat where our dreams can mature undisturbed. This Stoic principle encourages us to exercise self-reliance, taking full responsibility for our dreams and their realization. When we hold our dreams close, we foster an independence of spirit, giving ourselves the strength to pursue our ambitions with quiet determination. In this way, we learn to honor our own path, undistracted by the opinions of others. Reflect on this question. What could my dreams become if I nurtured them in silence? Could they flourish more fully without the weight of others' expectations? As we ponder these questions, we turn to the final Stoic key, a reminder of the strength found in solitude and self-reflection. 10. Don't discuss moments of solitude. In solitude, we encounter our true selves. Away from the noise and demands of daily life, we find the silence that allows us to reflect, recharge, and reconnect with our innermost thoughts. Stoicism values solitude as a means of building resilience and self-awareness, where one learns to find peace within rather than seeking it from external sources. Solitude is often misunderstood. Some may see it as loneliness, but the Stoic mind sees it as a necessary retreat, a time to strengthen our inner world. When we avoid discussing these moments, we allow them to remain personal and sacred, shielding them from the judgments of others who may not understand the depth of our need for inner reflection. In these quiet moments, we confront our fears, examine our desires, and develop a sense of peace that is independent of circumstances. By not sharing our moments of solitude, we create a private refuge where we can return whenever we need grounding. This solitude becomes a teacher, reminding us that true happiness comes from within, not from the validation or acceptance of others. Consider this final question. Could solitude become a source of strength for you? A quiet space where your soul finds calm amidst the world's turbulence? In embracing this last Stoic key, we realize that our journey of self-mastery is ultimately a journey within. These 10 Stoic keys are not just principles, but practices, ways of thinking and being that lead to a life of greater peace, strength, and resilience. By incorporating these keys into your life, you create a sanctuary of wisdom that helps you outsmart not only the challenges around you, but also the impulses within. Remember, Stoicism is not about suppressing your humanity, but about rising above life's distractions to find true inner freedom. As you reflect on these teachings, share in the comments how you plan to bring these Stoic principles into your life. If you found this journey insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with more wisdom from Stoicism. Thank you for being here, and may you continue to grow on your path to resilience and peace.